Sam Heughan reveals feeling betrayed while filming nude scenes in popular series Outlander. Sam Heughan, the famous face of Jamie Fraser, has always been known for his professional demeanor, his worldliness, and his gratitude for Outlander. But in an exclusive interview with The Independent UK in June 2025, Sam spoke for the first time about an unforgettable chapter in his career. "I felt betrayed, not by my co-stars, not by the fans, but by the people who put me in that position." The interviewer was stunned, because Sam was talking about the classic nude scene in Season 1, the scene where Jamie Fraser was tortured and stripped physically and mentally by his longtime enemy, Black Jack Randall. Part 2, the scene that haunted the show for a decade. If you are a fan of Outlander, you cannot forget Episode 16, To Ransom a Man's Soul. The scene of Jamie being sexually tortured is not only physically brutal but also dark and terrifyingly real. Sam says, "I was told it was a pivotal scene, a turning point for Jamie. And I believed them. I read the script, prepared myself physically and mentally. But no one prepared me for what happened next." The scene took more than 18 hours to film, in a cold room on a Prague set. Sam was almost completely naked. "I was lying on the cold floor, my hands tied, my body scratched, fake blood all over me. At times, I couldn't tell what was acting and what was real. I didn't know the cameras were still rolling." One of the most controversial scenes is when Jamie lies motionless, tears streaming down his face, while Randall whispers in his ear. Sam reveals a never-before-seen detail. "That's when I thought the director had said, 'Cut.' I let go completely. I cringed, not for Jamie, but for me, Sam. I felt naked, humiliated. And they used that scene." Sam added, not blaming, but his eyes filled with disappointment, "I understand art needs to be authentic. But not at all costs. I wish someone had said to me, 'We've seen enough. Stop it.' But no one did." The pain of being exploited as a sex scene. After the episode aired, the fandom was abuzz. Some praised Sam's performance. Others called it one of those suffocatingly sexy moments. Sam remembers clearly the feeling of reading a social media post. "Sam Heughan in that scene was so sexy. Sinful and sexy," he said, his voice dropping. "I couldn't believe it. It was Jamie being raped. There was nothing sexy about it. But it was turned into entertainment. I felt torn apart." The silence lasted for years. Why didn't Sam speak up sooner? "I was scared. I was scared of being seen as weak. Scared of being told, that's what actors have to do. And I didn't want to tarnish the show." He continued to take on intimate scenes in later seasons, but something always changed. "I never really relaxed after Season 1. No matter how sweet the scene was, there was always that little voice in my head saying, 'Is someone going to cross the line this time?' The only person who knew, Katrina," Sam admits, the only person he shared with from the beginning was his co-star Katrina Balfe. "Kat understood. She didn't ask many questions. She just sat next to me the whole day after the shoot. Didn't say anything, just held my hand. Sometimes, silence is healing." Katrina once suggested cutting the scene. But the director and producer kept it because of the emotional weight and artistic value. "I don't blame her. On the contrary, if it weren't for Kat, I wouldn't have made it." When art trades off safety, Sam's story has sparked a wave of controversy. Do actors have the right to refuse nude scenes despite having signed a contract? A film industry psychologist commented, "We're equating authenticity with exploitation. There's a line between art and privacy, and we've crossed it too easily." Sam, now in his 40s, says, "I don't need anyone to apologize. I just need us to ask, is there another way to tell the story that doesn't leave a person feeling empty behind the camera? A new chapter begins. Sam is writing a book. Not a memoir, but a novel inspired by his experiences working in the entertainment industry. He portrays the protagonist as an actor who thought he was invincible, until a scene in a movie made him unrecognizable. I wanted to put that feeling into writing, because movies don't give me the space to say it. No longer ashamed to say, I'm hurt. In the closing interview, Sam makes a simple but powerful statement. That scene didn't kill me, but it killed a part of me, the part that I believed movies were a safe place to be. He smiled softly, no longer looking as sad as before. I got it back. That part. With time, and with the courage to speak up, the truth needs to be heard. After the interview went viral, a series of other male actors shared similar experiences. A new wave was born. Men can be victims of exploitation in the entertainment industry, too. Sam doesn't see himself as a victim. He sees himself as a survivor, and now wants to help others do the same.